my brother, I've been thinking about something. We've talked about this. Let's give the people more. Oh, they're gonna it up.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on the Jeff Meacham Network, here on NoDQ.com, of course, the original flagship, here on the Cussing Studios, and of course, the Greg Cherry brand. I am, of course, Jeff Meacham, your host and Master Ceremonies. Thank you all for being here. I know I literally just walked into the studio after being at the other house all day, so thank you all for being here, regardless of the craziness of the timing. Thank you all again. If you missed the tidbit at the top of the show, because I know I started a few minutes before 7. We'll get into that later on in we'll probably go about 40, 45, depending on if I get questions or not today. So we'll see how things go. But right off the bat, we had a comment before I even started from Caleb Jacobs. And, I have tended to not really absolve NXT 2.0 of their sins, shall we say, but I can definitely understand why certain people within the company have taken the direction they've taken it, and why some people don't agree with that direction. I don't mind the product. And again, we talked about this a lot over the weekend. If you happen to miss either watch along over on the Jeff Meacham Network, I heavily encourage you to go check those out, both Under Siege from Impact Wrestling, Impact Plus, and WrestleMania Backlash, because after those shows, we did our open mic night, as we do after every major pay-per-view or preview live event, and we talked a lot about the business and the fans and the perception of the business according to the greater internet wrestling community, and I say that with a grain of salt. I try very hard to not just dump on every single week. Yes, it is definitely not my NXT, as we've become popular of saying, prolific in saying, I should say. But it is definitely somebody's cup of tea, because there are people still watching. And like we said over the weekend, if we all truly want to make a stand, if we all truly want to make the WWE aware that this is what we want, this is what we want to see, we have to take a collective stand. And with all due respect to even myself and me saying this, because I know I'm guilty of it as much as anybody, we're not going to do that. It's not going to happen. We're not going to take that collective stand and go, no, I want wrestling to be this way. I want sports entertainment to be this way. It's not going to be a collective effort like we want it to be, like I think it should be, like I know people like JJ feel it should be. And JJ, thank you again for getting that intro loaded in. As I texted JJ to load that intro you just saw into the studio here, I was 15 minutes away from the house, so it was crazy. It was bananas. And so thank you, Jay. I really appreciate that. And Caleb, I understand that AEW is a true alternative in your opinion. And I also said this last week. I forget what time, if JJ can help me out with it, maybe. I have news for everybody. If you are a fan of the professional wrestling / sports entertainment business, anytime after 1982, 83, you're a sports entertainment fan. I know that a lot of people enjoy just the pure wrestling aspects of the shows. I know some people enjoy only the promos and the drama and the bullshit, right? But as I've stated, countless times, um, everything that has gone out there since the dawn of time, as far as the golden era, if you will, professional wrestling, has been a sports entertainment presentation, regardless of what they tell you on the air, regardless of the narrative that Tony Khan wants to spin, or William Patrick Horgan wants to spin, or the people who run MLW, the people that run Impact Wrestling right now, anybody that is a current promoter of a professional wrestling product is a sports entertainment promoter company, promoting a sports entertainment company. That's just the way it has been since the advent of Hulkamania in 1983 and a half, as they said in the Hall of Fame. So while I understand the belief that everything is an alternative to everything else, at the end of the day, they're all sports entertainment, guys. So that's just the way it's going to be until somebody else decides to dial it back. And unfortunately for the people that decide to dial it back, they will never be truly successful, right? They just won't, because that's not what the current fan, despite what they may claim on social media, despite what they may say on in their streams, their own videos on YouTube and everything like that, that's not what they want. They don't want to go back to the arenas where you go and you can't bring your kids and your grandkids and your sisters and whatever, and full of smoke and booze. It's like, that's not. I will die on this hill. I swear to God, plant the stake of holly in my heart as Santa Claus. The deal is, they will not ever truly want that wrestling era back, because they're not our fathers, they're not our grandfathers. We regardless of what we say and put out there, we enjoy the sports entertainment aspects of it, the social aspects of it. Now, I have also stated many times that the social media part of professional wrestling / sports entertainment is what is ultimately killing the business. It just is. It honestly is. And I think that people that only exist on the social medias, primarily Twitter, let's be clear, strictly to complain, are exactly what's wrong with the wrestling fans of today's world. Caleb, I have not yet seen Doctor Strange. It's my understanding, and again, this week is bonkers. I mentioned in my post on social media right before I made the move over here that we had a loss in the family this last week. So between that and my parents having to go out of state to go handle that, and the ever ongoing move around here between houses, it's been a little crazy this week. So it's my understanding as of now in my brain that Doctor Strange will be seen by myself and my boy. I want to say it was tomorrow that we had it planned. I don't remember, to be perfectly blunt with you. It's one of those. Have you ever seen the episode of Married with Children where Kelly Bundy's getting fed a bunch of information for a quiz show and shit keeps going in and out to retain for the moment? I feel like Kelly Bundy this week. It's very, very all over the place. So I'm hoping to see it this week. I also got a little bit of information that I'm not really privy to about the multiverse, the Marvel multiverse. So JJ, I know you're watching. You're gonna have to school me on what version of Earth the MCU primarily exists in before I go see this damn movie, because apparently there's more than one version of Earth I have to be aware of, and I'm just thinking about it already. So, but no, I haven't seen it yet, kiddo. I intend to, and I still intend to catch up on the MCU. If you watched Dad's yesterday, we were talking about Dwayne Johnson's great movies, our top 10 favorite Dwayne Johnson movies, and I mentioned that I had just finally seen Moana after however many years it's been out, 6 years or whatever. So trying to get caught up on current movies, current music, current television, or even recent television like Gotham, sorry, Jay, has been a bitch without somebody to filter, to rein me in, because there's so much to do here and here. So I am working on it. but I will do my best to see Doctor Strange and try to understand the fact that it takes place on Earth 616, as far as where we exist in the MCU primary universe, helps tremendously, Caleb. So thank you. I appreciate that. Now I can go in and go, okay, well, this is where we are. This is where we were. This is where we got it. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate that. Again, JJ lays it out very clear. Get the super chats in, get the questions noticed. Talk Wrestling is a little bit different as far as, I try to address everybody. But I actually watched Aaron's stream here last night on the NoDQ side of things, and he's being a lot better about, while he's doing his dissertation, while he's talking about what happened on Raw, he just kind of sits there and just goes click, 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 and make sure things pop up. So that's cool. And I think I'm going to take that approach because it seemed to work really well for him. And he kept the flow of the show going. I actually got my plug in for tonight's show here on the NoDQ side of things without having to have him interrupt his process. So that was very cool. So I like that approach. I'm taking it and run. So there you go. And Ken with a $5 super chat, which I appreciate, Ken. Has anyone asked you this question in Talk Wrestling? Who's your favorite Joshi wrestler? Most would say Asuka. Mine is Io or my kawaii crush, Shida. God, that is a good question. I really don't have a particular favorite Joshi wrestler. I mean, I've enjoyed Asuka's. Well, let me rewind. I enjoyed Asuka's presentation up until she got called up and up until she lost to Charlotte. And I'm not knocking Charlotte because you won't see me doing that very often on this show or any of my shows. I did enjoy Asuka's presentation. I love Io Shirai. I think she's a tremendous competitor. I like Hikaru Shida. I like Riho. It's one of those, I'm not really so knowledgeable on the wide variety of women's wrestling from Japan, or people, ladies that competed in Japan and now compete here in the United States. So for me, it's what I see on NXT. It's what I see on AEW. It's what I see on WWE television. It's what I see on the NWA. It's what I see on Impact. So I have to go with what I know. So right off the top of my head, I would say probably Io Shirai or Hikaru Shida. Okay, so, and then so apparently the alternate universe is a different Earth altogether. And I did the spoiler that is in that comment, I'm gonna leave off screen because I don't want to be, and hopefully if you guys are reading the chat room, sorry about that. I was aware of that particular spoiler because I heard the voice in the trailer and I was all because I'm a huge fan of that guy outside of Star Trek. So or outside of the MCU. So it's cool that he's there. Ken, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And anyone who greets Ken in there, please give him some love. Ken's been a fan of the NoDQ and the Jeff Meacham brands for a long time. We appreciate Ken, and we definitely are glad to have him aboard for the ride that is Talk Wrestling. So thank you. Let's see here. Joey says, okay, I guess we're doing more than Talk Wrestling. We're just talking with Jeff tonight, which is fine. I'm okay with that too. And it'll piss Aaron off later, but I really don't give a shit if I piss Aaron off because he gave me the floor. So whatever. Do I think Dallas should get a second NFL team? I'm like, why? Yeah, why? I agree. As much as I love Dallas football, why do we need to have more than the Cowboys? That is not necessary. Texas having more than one team makes sense. Right? Because Texas is one of the largest states in the union. Much like California, much like New York in terms of population. So I'm okay with that. But more than one team in Dallas exclusively? No, that's silly. No reason for that whatsoever. So there you go. All right. So again, if you watched Monday Night Raw last night or tonight, if you watch Raw or if you watch it on Hulu today, like I'm sure JJ did, not a good show from WWE. It was one of those, definitely a post premium live event lull. Like, it was a long 3 hours. I kind of paid attention as best I could, but it was a tough way to go. It was a tough show. I haven't watched NXT yet. I'll probably watch that once we're off the air here with you guys at 8:00 our time. Or I'll be off before 8, but I'll watch it here at 8:00 my time because I the opportunity. I'm also going to try to catch the rest of the Kings game after I'm done talking to y'all. Okay, good to know, Caleb. Thank you. Appreciate that. And again, I love the cartoon show. I love the X-Men cartoon. That's one of the first things I saw of X-Men. So it's good to know they're having callbacks to things like that. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate the knowledge. But again, no more spoilers, please. Because I want people to be happy to go. And I as much as I'm going to become a shill here, I want to make sure people get the opportunity to go see it in theaters and not to have to feel like they've been spoiled. And, not like Disney needs the money, but, going to the movies is a whole other experience than watching on Disney Plus or whatever platform you're on. So everybody get out there and see these movies, because the movie industry has been suffering with this pandemic shit as far as the actual in theater people. So go see Doctor Strange. Go see everything that's coming out soon. Excuse me. And go make it happen, guys. Please, 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 please. All right. And it occurs to me I'm on Talk Wrestling, but I don't have the proper graphic up, so bear with me here. There we go. We're on everybody's channel today, so we want to make sure we give everybody the love. Again, if you're not watching on any of the one platform or the other, which it looks like most of you guys are on 2 channels, which is kind of worrisome, but please subscribe to Custody Studios over at youtube.com/Custody Studios and also youtube.com/Greg Cherry Brand, in addition to Aaron Riff's channel, which, by the way, Aaron is here. I appreciate Aaron being here. Thank you, brother. Thank you again for the Tuesday night slot. I know if memory serves, Aaron, the next time I'm not going to be here on Tuesday is the 24th, if my calendar thinking is correct, because that's the Tuesday before Double or Nothing, and I know you want to do a prediction show. So if I'm wrong, Aaron, let me know. Let's see. There we go. Let me put that back up. So the rumor, let's see, there you go. So whatever day Double or Nothing predictions on, but it'll be on a Tuesday, knowing Aaron. So that'll be the 24th. We will not have Talk Wrestling on the NoDQ side of things, but you can catch it everywhere else. And I love that Aaron said I was starting a Tuesday night war the other night for Backlash predictions that he had, and I was doing Talk Wrestling still. Hey, you gave me the slot. I'm just going with what I can do. So anyway, that was not my intention to start a war. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I still have to see Jurassic World, the second one, Fallen Kingdom. I haven't seen that one yet, and I'm definitely looking forward to Top Gun. Definitely looking to that. As far as the rumors about Disney Plus and WWE, again, we've heard so much about Disney buying WWE and what that could mean and what it may mean, and whether WWE Network will be moved from Peacock to Disney Plus. I can't even claim to have near enough knowledge on that to really be a reliable source of information. I mean, I'm just being real on that one, guys. I don't know if that's the case. I would like to think that if that was going to be a thing, that they would make people more aware of it, because it is a major deal in the business. So I can't think they keep that quiet necessarily. But again, I don't work in the industry. I don't work for either company. So keeping things close to the chest is not uncommon for either brand, right? It's really not. So it wouldn't surprise me. But as the boss over on the NoDQ side of things would say, at this point in my mind, it's highly unlikely in all likelihood. Really. Aaron, since you are here, I will go ahead and remind people what they missed if they missed the very, very top of the show, because there it goes. October 25th, 2002, 20 years, I think almost to the day. At least me, I'm hoping Aaron's going to be there. I did show him the video of this, so we will have a celebration of 20 years of NoDQ.com and our media side of things, as far as the audio shows, the podcasts, the videos, the streams. That's all coming up in October. The very first day we did the show on screen, was October 25th, 2002. So we will be going live with that stream. I'm hoping Aaron will be with me because it's a Tuesday night. So, and I don't think there's I don't think it'll be a premium live event on Halloween night. So it'd be cool to have, not Halloween night, the 30th. So hopefully Aaron will be with me. But I intend to celebrate it thoroughly because it's a big deal for me. 20 years doing anything is a big deal for anybody. And being part of this movement with Aaron has been amazing. So I hope you all can show up and be a part of the celebration. Again, 20 platinum years. I tried to think of a word for 20 and I ended up being platinum. So we're going to be celebrating. Time to be determined, obviously, because, he's in Michigan, I'm in California. So it's very weird that we're going to be celebrating that milestone half a country apart after all this time. So it'll be fun. I intend to enjoy myself one way or the other. We may have people come in, surprise guests, surprise visits. You never know who will show up. It's something like that. So that's what's coming up. And then you guys saw what's coming up on my end of things over on the Casa. We've got the continued month of Dwayne Johnson movie reviews. I do know that a week from tomorrow on his review on the 18th, he will have a new trailer, hopefully, is the plan as of now, for his June movies, which I believe he's doing a month of sequel movies. So that'll be cool to see that play out, and we'll see what happens on that front. Greg Cherry Brand is here. He says, tell everyone about the bet. Yes. Okay. So this was laid out to us on the Greg Cherry show last week. God help me. Let me see if I think I still have the graphic, Greg. If I don't, I will find it. So basically what happened was, we met a milestone in April for Greg that if we hit $100 worth of super chats, that he would do the entire Greg Cherry show after having smashed an egg over his head, which he did. He went in his tub, smacked it over his head. He did the entire hour, with egg dripping down his front, down his side, his face. It was quite the gooey mess, to say the very least, for Mr. Cherry. So it was proposed that we do something else. And that's what we're doing. So if the Greg Cherry brand, which right now sits at $6, gets to $500, and again, this is all, this is primarily from Josh Mansfield, our friend at over on our socials, that if we get to 500 on the Greg Cherry side of things, Greg will purposefully and knowingly wear a Cleveland Browns t-shirt on the first available Greg Cherry show that we can get all these stipulations paid off. And I say that for a reason I'll divulge momentarily. If we hit 1,000 on that, if we hit 500 on the Jeff Meacham Network side of things, may God have mercy on my soul, be wearing a current, and I found it. It's hideous. It's bright orange. I look like Taz. It's terrible. Bright orange Anaheim Ducks t-shirt. If both brands hit that $1,000 combined effort, which is awesome, and this is in super chats over at Streamlabs for Greg Cherry. Let me be clear on that. Greg Cherry's super chat. Greg Cherry's not taking super chats on the brand on YouTube anymore because they're not paying him. And I don't blame him one bit. So the Greg Cherry side of things, streamlabs.com/luckofthedraw1, as in the number one, luck of the draw one. Kings just scored apparently, which is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. We're only a few minutes into the game, so that's good. But yeah, 500 there, 500 for me on any platform, Streamlabs, PayPal, whatever works. If we get the 1,000, Greg, I forget what he will wear Patriots positive attire as well on that show. And I said point blank that I would wear some sort of piece of attire that I would be supporting for that day only, Bill Belichick, the current coach, general manager of the New England Patriots. The things we do for you people, I swear. So that's the stipulation. We will talk all about it tomorrow on the Greg Cherry show. So please tune in on that front at 7:00 Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on the Greg Cherry brand. So there you go. And JJ says, speaking of the topic of the multiverse of madness, he'll have a review going up for it on Saturday, May 20th. There you go. So May 21st, which is the day we were supposed to be in Vegas, he and I. And Jay, I have the news to report about that as we go off the air tonight, and I definitely want to talk about that because apparently we're a bigger influence than I thought we were. Anyway, he'll be reviewing that May 21st. He said he waited a couple weeks on purpose to give everybody here an opportunity to see it before you cover and spoil. So JJ, you're always thinking of your audience and our audience, and we appreciate that. I definitely want to encourage everybody to check that out over on the 21st. It'll be ready. It'll be uploaded, and it'll be fun to watch. I definitely look forward to it. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, it worked. What do you like about that? Okay. So here is what I wanted to talk about. So everybody, of course, remembers, may God help me again, like I said, that we had the team from Ultimate Women of Wrestling back on a couple Thursdays ago now on an interview stream. And before that, we had Jenny Santana, the general manager of Ultimate Women of Wrestling, on the show. And it was said at that point that ticket prices were where they were going to be. We announced that on this show. We announced it on across my channel. And the reaction that I got from my audience was very, very negative, to say the very least. But it was even discussed in conversations between Jenny and myself that that would not be the way to go, and that we were hopeful that we could possibly maybe offer an alternative, because as awesome as this show looks like it's going to be as far as presentation, the fact that it's in Vegas and all of that, it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. However, we now have information that was released by the brand this earlier today. They are going to offer it live on a buying basis, it's not pay-per-view as far as the actual platform pay-per-view, but they will be showing. Let me get my stupid ass off screen. There we go. Hi. For $9.95, kind of an in-your-house style pricing platform. You can check it out. They'll be on. Let me see if I can read that. I can't read that, of course. I can't see what it says. However, check them out. They'll be on pay-per-view again on the 21st, and they'll be going live with that. And as they will be going live, we will be joined here on the Jeff Meacham Network side of things by Jenny Santana coming up on Thursday, May 19th for a full preview of this event. So be on the lookout for Ms. Santana as she joins us once again to give the full preview and presentation for UWW's debut event. And again, you all have the opportunity to watch it now at home. You don't have to fly to Vegas and drop that arguably obscene amount of money for a debut show, which we all agreed, in conversations, that it just wasn't the way to go. So be looking for that. All right, there we go. Again, so much cool stuff coming up here on the various channels. I gotta see, there's so much shit here I gotta delete too. Good grief. But you guys saw the calendar. Let me go ahead and put the June calendar up just so I can be a little bit more proactive rather than reactive here. May is coming up. The rest of May is coming up. We've got another Greg Cherry show tomorrow and the next 2 Wednesdays. Then we've got open mic night coming up on the 20th, a week from this Friday. This Friday, if you're a Disney fan, DM me. We'll have a stream worthy of mystery and magic, if you know what I'm talking about. If you can find my socials, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, the 19th, Beware of Kane. Also on the 19th of May, the next episode of Jack of All Trades, as far as I know. Greg, if I'm wrong, correct me. And then, of course, the end of the month, we have Double or Nothing out in Vegas with AEW, and the preview for that will be day of. On the Jeff Meacham Network side of things, of course, if you're watching NoDQ, we will have the predictions Tuesday night, the 24th. And then June, like I said, June brings all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't have to do that. Again, Greg Cherry shows all month, Talk Wrestling's all month. Ask the Dads every other Monday. The top 10 movie soundtracks and top 10 John Cena matches on the Dads-centric Mondays. Slammiversary coverage, Forbidden Door coverage, the history of Impact Wrestling, the history of New Japan United States, open mic nights, another stream, Disney, very electrifying or electrical maybe stream. And we may just have the NoDQ review on our channel as well as the NoDQ side of things here on the 30th. Thursday the 2nd and Thursday the 9th will be TNA centric because of the anniversary of Impact Wrestling coming up on the 19th. We've got the very first gauntlet for the gold that was for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And the following week is the first ever X Division Championship match on the following episode of NWA TNA on the weekly pay-per-view. The reason the Hell in a Cell watch along is whited out here is because I was not aware when I made this calendar that we're going to go ahead and cover that show. JJ seems keen to cover it, so we're going to do it. I kind of made a during the course of the WrestleMania Backlash watch along. I think I still have it. I don't. But it was said on the air that it's going to be a name change. And so we're gonna kind of go up this joke as best we can here. But up until it gets old and people get sick of it, we're going to call our coverage of that show coming up on the 5th of June our live preview, predictions, and watch-along and reactions of the Red Crate of Hate. That's what we're calling that show. So there you go. Again, take it for what it's worth. We thought it was funny. Whatever. Anyway, good stuff. Anyway, and then the Forbidden Door Challenge. Yes. Okay. So very good. Thank you. JJ also mentioned yesterday on, no, not yesterday. That was during the Backlash stream. Everybody on that team, which was that night, it was Noah Foster, James Hebert, myself, and JJ. And anybody at home that wants to do this, and anybody that's on the NoDQ team, on the Greg Cherry team, on JJ's team, which I think is JJ at the moment, but he may be bringing in guests. I never know with the Renegade. He's a Renegade. He does what he wants. And of course, anybody that's ever been on my team or is currently on my team has this challenge laid ahead of them. There will be a show, and again, let me put the graphic up here so you can see what Friday it's going to be. So Friday the 24th, there you see it right there next to the New Japan History Show. The Friday before Forbidden Door, that is a deadline because Friday the 24th, we will be going live with Open Mic Night, and that'll be, again, roughly 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific, depending on when, 11 o'clock Eastern, depending on when Rampage ends that night. But we will be, JJ's asked us to all of us make a no more than 10 match true Forbidden Door card. And what he meant by that is you can take anybody from any current active roster. Doesn't mean you can pull William Regal from 1998 into this thing, or Hulk Hogan from 1987 into this thing. Anybody that's currently on the active rosters of the WWE, AEW, the NWA, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, any brand that has the complete, and hell, MLW, whatever you think would be a true Forbidden Door moment for a wrestling card, at no more than 10 matches on this card. That way we're not sitting here for hours and hours all night on that Friday night. Because even though we ain't got no kids, even though we ain't got nothing shit to do, we need to get through that show. But anybody that wants to be a part of that, again, the team will have their chance to present their card. If you at home who have not been on the show with us wish to present your card, you are more than welcome. But we do ask that if you wish to have your predictions or have your presentation shown on the screen, that we ask that you do the super chat thing, do the donation thing, whatever. And if you want to join us on the show, again, there's always tiers on Open Mic Night. There's always those that tier level, which I think I have that thing saved as well. So bear with me. We are live, pal. Don't see it, some bitch. Of course, I don't have it on this computer. I have it on the other computer just because that's the way my luck goes. All right, I don't have it here, but watch over Mike Night. We'll have more of those as we go along. All right, Walter Cruz says the Cell has lost all meaning. It was to end a feud that was back and forth once and for all. No excuses, no interference. Now it's watered down just because the name. Yeah, agreed. We definitely agree with that. We have for years, Walter. The themed / stipulation pay-per-views have completely killed Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, really anything except Money in the Bank and the Royal Rumble. And Survivor Series even has kind of been like, Survivor Series I think would mean more if the brands weren't so cross-polluted and so jump-heavy all the time. There's so many freaking people that appear on all the brands now. It's kind of like, okay, what the hell's the point of a brand split, a brand extension, a separation of entities if they're not going to be separate, right? Seems pretty flippin' stupid if you ask me. So I don't understand why that would need to be a thing. But definitely Hell in a Cell is useless, I think, at this point, and that's why we jokingly call it the Red Credit Hate, because it looks like a damn McDonald's play place. It looks absolutely silly on the air. So, all right, get a little sippy sip of the caffeine there, because Lord knows Almighty, had to get that in there. Let's see what we got. Why is the dog banging on my door? All the dogs. What the hell is that shit? Sorry. So Matt says, hello, Jeff. How are you doing tonight? Everybody, again, hit that like button. Whatever platform you're on, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We encourage everybody to subscribe to all of our channels. We really appreciate you guys watching wherever you're watching tonight. And please give the channel some love. Show your support. Again, you can donate through Super Chats on most brands. You can donate through Streamlabs on mine and Greg's brand. You can donate through PayPal on everybody's brand, because PayPal's the way to go. But that is what is coming up. So please be on the lookout for that. Again, the next time you're going to see this face directly is not that graphic, so we need to get rid of that. But it'll be the Greg Cherry Show tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. Again, that really was it. I didn't want to stay on too long. There's a lot going on. I didn't want to go more than 45 minutes anyway, so I guess we're going to go ahead and start counting her down, unless you guys have something to talk about, which, again, I appreciate. But yeah, that's really it. Again, say yes to NoDQ. You can check out NoDQ for your breaking news, pay-per-view recaps, TV recaps, and of course the weekly NoDQ review, the Hall of Fame every year, the year-end awards every year, and of course you can find NoDQ on all platforms of social media. So check out Aaron and his brand, which has been so good to us over the years. We really appreciate everything that Aaron does for us over at NoDQ.com. And again, be ready for October, guys. That's the next big project. This show, of course, Talk Wrestling, will be celebrating 15 years in July. And I think I have the date set up here. Let me go ahead and look here. So the actual anniversary is on a Saturday. So since there is a pay-per-view the following Saturday, the 23rd, we will have the actual celebration of Talk Wrestling Anniversary on July 19th. So there is that. July 19th will be the celebration for Talk Wrestling's 15th anniversary. So be look. I don't have a graphic ready for that. I intended to, but don't have it ready. So thank you guys again, everybody, for watching. Alexa Bliss did come back. Thank you for reminding me, Matt. It's good to see Alexa. I mentioned in the chat. Great to see Alexa. Sonya's going to kind of be pushed down, pushed back into oblivion, which I think is sad for Sonya. But you gotta make sacrifices. Alexa has long been overdue to return. So it's kind of one of those things. She's a casualty of war, if you will, and that's just unfortunately how it works. So again, guys, thank you all very, very much. We'll see you tomorrow on the Greg Cherry brand for the Greg Cherry Show at 7 o'clock Eastern. Check out Dynamite tomorrow at 8, and then right after Dynamite, we'll be back here on the NoDQ side of things for Aaron's full recap of Dynamite. Again, that's really I don't have the Talk Wrestling thing in here, do I? I don't have it. Shoot. I don't have the clothes. I'll just do a graphic on whatever, doesn't matter. Again, guys, thank you all very much. We'll see you tomorrow for all the brands. JJ's reviewing Get Smart over on the Casino Studios channel. Be on the lookout for that. Greg Cherry Show. So JJ's on it 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Greg Cherry's on it 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. AEW's on it 8 o'clock, 5 Pacific. Aaron Riff's on with the Dynamite recap at 10 o'clock, 7 Pacific. We are on across the board today, guys. So be on the lookout for everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.